You ever feel like something's watching you when you're alone? I didn't believe in that kind of stuff until it happened to me. What started as a peaceful weekend retreat turned into the most terrifying experience of my life. And trust me, you're going to want to hear what happens next. I've always loved the idea of getting away from the city, finding some peace in nature. So when I find that old cabin on Lake Hollow for rent, I thought it was perfect. Secluded, quiet, no cell service, just what I needed to recharge. The storyteller, let's call him Sam, rents a remote cabin by a lake for a weekend getaway. On the first night, Sam hears faint knocking on the walls, but brushes it off as tree branches or the house settling. The second night, the knocking grows louder, more deliberate, and now it's accompanied by hushed whispers. Sam becomes uneasy but tries to rationalize it. Maybe it's just the wind or an animal outside. On the third and final night, the knocking is so loud it echoes through the cabin. Sam grabs a flashlight and decides to confront whatever is making the noise. But when she opens the door, no one is there. As Sam turns back inside, she hears a whisper right in her ear.
Get out before it's too late.
Panicked, Sam spends the rest of the night with the lights on, unable to sleep, just as dawn breaks. She packs up and leaves, cutting the trip short. Later, she discovers that the cabin had been abandoned for years after the previous tenant disappeared under mysterious circumstances. As the sun began to rise, I couldn't pack fast enough. My heart was still racing, my mind trying to make sense of what had happened. As I threw my bag into the car, I took one last look at the cabin. That's when I saw it. Something or someone watching me from the window. But when I blinked, it was gone. I sped away from Lake Hollow and never looked back. I later found out that the previous renter vanished without trace, and the locals refuse to go near the cabin to this day. They say the lake doesn't like visitors, and those who stay too long never leave. Even now, sometimes in the dead of night, I hear that same knocking, that same whisper. Get out before it's too late. It's been years, but the fear hasn't left me. I'll never forget what happened at that cabin, and I can only hope it never finds me again.